Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. As you can see here, I have this book vase painting kit and I found this. I just always like to look in the craft section and I felt like this was the perfect craft. It comes with paints and some paintbrushes, although this one doesn't look too good. And it also comes with two books and they are supposed to be little flower vases. So this one has flowers and butterflies and plants all over it on both sides, and the inside of it is glazed. It's a little dusty, but if you wanted to put water in there, you could try if you trusted it. And here's the other one, which says bloom with kindness and has some flower patterns on the front and the back as well. And they are super cute. I felt like these were too fun not to pick up and try to paint something on, but just to warn you, do not eat your cereal in this. It will poison your food. So anyway, here they are. I cannot wait to paint these, so like and subscribe and let's get to painting these book vases. I'm going to be starting with the little book first because this one looks more complicated and I always like to start with the hardest project first, and then the easier task feels like a little reward. So at first I went in and painted all around the edges of the designs because I knew I wanted to do them a different color, but then I just decided, why do the work twice? I'm just going to paint the entire thing one solid color and then go back in with my other colors later, because I'm a believer that if you have to paint over something neatly and make sure it's right anyway later, why do it two times if I could just cover the whole thing for now and go back in and fix it up later? So now that's what I'm going to do. I kind of wanted to channel Princess and the Pauper Barbie vibes from this, so I decided to go with blue for the base of this book, and then I'm going to add in a lot of pink colors and gold, and it's going to be really beautiful and really regal looking. I felt like you could really take these little book vases two places. They could look more creative and colorful and crafty, or you could try to make them anyway, a little bit more classic looking, and that's the route that I wanted to go. I kind of wanted to make them look like those fancy book editions that you can get at Barnes & Noble that just like are super pretty and way more expensive because they're gorgeous. So I wanted to try and make it look as gorgeous as possible and keep it looking really classic. At first, I wasn't sure about this design. I was worried it was a little bit too playful and kid-oriented, but now that I'm painting it, I actually see the potential, and I feel like it can be a really classic piece, and I think this color scheme is going to make a big difference. I specifically did not like the butterflies. I feel like they were really playful. I love butterflies. I just felt like this design of them was a little bit too playful, and I didn't know how I was going to make that look classic. But I feel like the color scheme that I choose for them later really helps bring them to life in the way that I wanted them to be for this book. So for now, I'm going in and coloring most of the flowers with this orangey pink color. I really wanted it to complement the light blue background, and I was debating on whether or not to do all of the flowers that color, but I decided to mix them up a little bit just to add in some variety. And now I'm painting the butterflies. I decided to just do them one solid blue color. I felt like this would take away some of their design elements that were a little more playful and just make them more of imprints, but that really pretty blue color really saved it. I think that really fit in with the color scheme. And now I'm going in with that light pink color to just add in that other flower color, and again really make it read Barbie, Princess and the Pauper. This one would obviously be the Pauper. And now I got this new metallic paint. I love shiny things and I love gold and adding in all of the sparkles that I can. So it's time to test out this new paint, and let me just say, it did not disappoint. It was so shiny and so pretty, and it had a whole bunch of sparkles in it, and I was actually really impressed with it. It did not let me down. Here it is for now, and now I'm going to move on to the front of this book. So for this one, we're going to be channeling more of the princess side of things. I've recently decided that I am no longer cleaning paint palettes, and I like to try and do the method of building up the paint and letting it peel, but there was green paint underneath my pink paint, and let's just say it did not end well. I got it on the book, but it's okay. It ended up creating a little bit more texture than maybe I was going for initially, but I just smoothed out all of the colors, and I did this really pretty coral soft pink color for the background, and then I wanted to incorporate colors from the other book. That way they're a pair and they look like they're a set together, maybe a series, although the book heights are quite different. But I decided to make sure that I kept the color palettes matching, so I used very similar colors for both of these. I added blue to the flowers. That is the blue of the other base of the book, and then I just added in this really light pink for most of them. I will also say another one of the design elements I'm not a big fan of is this weird mushroom little set over here, only because there aren't mushrooms anywhere else. It's just these two random ones, and I feel like it's just because mushrooms are trendy, and they are cute. I just don't know. I think I would have just rather stuck with the flower vibes for this book, but I do think they're cute. I just feel like they're a little out of place. Then I decided for the words to add in some gold because I got addicted really quickly to it. It's very beautiful and I wanted to add it everywhere, and now I need to work on the back of this one. I'm basically just matching it to the front. Please note there are no mushrooms on this side. They really seem out of place on the front to me. But then I went ahead in with the same colors and matched everything to the front of this one to make it all go together and be cohesive. I'm not sure how I feel about there being a design on the back. I like that there's extra room for crafting, but I am also kind of sad because you won't always get to see the back, but that's okay. I still think it's worthy to be painted, and it's just fun to do anyway, and especially when I get to use my gold, then I'm in no matter what. So I just decided to add in gold pretty much everywhere because I could not be limited at this point. You could not get me to stop. I added in a whole bunch of gold reflective dots, and then that one was pretty much done. But now it's time to work on the back of this book because I haven't touched it at all yet. I used my same method of chaos to just paint the whole thing blue, and then for the back of this one, instead of continuing to color the same colors in, I decided to just do straight gold. And that was for two reasons. One, because it was easier than doing a whole bunch of colors, and two, because like I said, I am already addicted and hooked on the gold. It is too shiny not to put everywhere on everything, and I really needed this moment for myself. So I added in a couple coats of that, and here's how it turned out. It is so unbelievably shiny, and my gold rampage did not stop there. I then added it to the spine of the book as well to kind of add in these little binding ridges that it had on the side. I felt like it would be really cute to emphasize those and make them look pretty. I debated whether or not to make it look more like a book and add in a title or add in those kind of elements, but I opted out. Then it was time for the paint peel, which did not fail me. I think it created pretty crispy lines on both of the books, which was very, very satisfying and I was very excited about. And now it's time for a very important part, which is adding in the gloss varnish. This is a must do for this project because the paint would just scratch off if I do not add this, and it's going to make it look even more shiny, which we already know I am a sucker for shiny things. You could use matte varnish, but this one just creates such a shiny coat. It kind of looks like it was glazed in a kiln to get a shine on it. And here is the difference that it makes. It's so reflective and it just makes it look so complete in my opinion. And it makes it look a little bit more professionally done. So I just went ahead and added on 2 to 3 coats of that for both of them. And here are the finished books. They are the cutest pair and they are definitely giving Princess and the Pauper vibes. I am here for it. Also, this is super niche, but if you had mini Polly Pockets, do you remember having like mini Polly Pockets in a little book that would open and then there'd be a little house inside? If you know what I'm talking about, please comment down below so I don't feel crazy, but that's what these remind me of. They are so cute and I love the book vibe, and I don't know, they turned out so adorable and better than I could have imagined, especially with the pops of gold. But here is the front and back of the pink one as well, and they turned out so beautiful and I love them together. I think they are seriously the perfect pair, and I love the vibes, and I staged them for you. Here they are set up with fake little tulips in them just to show you what they might look like. If you made it this far, I have a question for you. How are you doing today? Comment down below, let's chat about it, and also comment a tulip emoji if you saw this till the very end. I think these are so beautiful and I love how they turned out. Thanks for crafting with me. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!